What up, y'all? It's your homeboy Justin. We back in my bathroom once again. Today we are not doing a dreadlock style tutorial, but just a hair style tutorial. We're gonna talk about just plain hair today. One of y'all asked me how do I cut my hair, and so I figured with it being Easter, I had to cut my hair for church and stuff. And I just want to look nice, so I figured why not just film how I do a bald fade. So this video today is gonna show you guys how I do this. It took me about 30-45 minutes to do. I'm still working on getting the technique down. I'm not a licensed barber or anything like that. This is purely self-taught and what I've learned from YouTube and Instagram and whatever. So I hope I can rub some of my knowledge off on y'all, and you'll be able to step your hair game up, or maybe you'll be able to start cutting your hair yourself in between visits to the barbershop or whatever. So without further ado, let's get into this tutorial, all right? Welcome to this tutorial, guys. Let's see. Well, first you need to get your hair out of your face, out of your space. So yeah, just tie my hair up, put the locks out of the way. Next thing that I'm gonna use is, I found this organic tea tree oil sanitizer. It's a little bit better than the alcohol stuff, you know, it's not as potent, not as bad for you, it's more organic. But we're just gonna use a trimmer to line our beard first. So get the mustache area, get your cheeks, or just kind of line that stuff, and just kind of get all of that before we actually start cutting. I like to line first because I really like to get the outline drawn. It's kind of like when you're drawing a picture, or you know, we're wanting to set the frame of what we're gonna work in, and then we're gonna work in that area. So I just line my beard first, I get around my ears and get the whole hairline, and then I'll also do my neck and do that too as well. Definitely you want to avoid lining too close on your hairline, especially towards the front. If you get into the roots of your locks, you're definitely going to thin them and they won't have as much hair to grow. So you definitely want to stay away from getting just too close to the hairline of your locks. If you want to actually leave this part unlined, you can do that as well. You know, it's all up to your prerogative. So it's like I always say, it's your hair, wear it how you want to, or in this case, cut it how you want to. But yeah. Okay, so after we've gotten our front hairline and beard lined up, we need to get to our neckline. Now, the way that I've been doing my neckline is a little bit different from how I've seen most people do their neckline. It also just depends on what kind of design or style of taper you're going for. But right now, for the last bit, I've been doing just a V and just coming to a point at the very middle of my neck If you want to do the V, just follow how I've done it in this video. Just make sure you kind of feel down your spine to where the middle of your neck is if you're doing this by yourself, so you can make sure it stays in the middle. If not, you have someone else to do it and they can see, and it's a lot easier that way. But with the V, I just kind of use the liner and just go straight down to make sure it's a really straight edge. And you guys will see that later in the video how I'm able to really get a really clean line for that back neckline. Okay, this is when it starts to get a little bit tricky. Now, it's definitely easy to do. It just takes a little bit of time to kind of master the technique and really just using your eyes to really gauge. But as you can see, we're using a #1 guard for our clippers, and we're just going against the disconnection where my locks start and my hair starts, or my fade starts, or whatever, the bald starts. And so I'm just using that and just going against that entire disconnect to just get all that hair the same length. And after I've done that, I'll take the #0 guard and I'll just go about an inch away from the disconnection, just to kind of step down in terms of length of hair because we're cutting it shorter. So we're kind of just we're working in large blocks for the hair, and then we're actually going to come in afterwards and go into smaller blocks to fade it out and blend between each section. So right now we're just using the #0 to 1/16 inch guard and just going a little bit a little bit above an inch away from the disconnect. And then after that, we're going to go back to the #1 guard, but we're going to set the comb blade closer to the cutting blade. Before it was away, so now it's closer, so there's going to be a little bit of a shorter distance between the blade and the scalp, so the hair's going to be shorter. And so we're going to use that distance to blend the section before with the #1 and this section we just did with the 0. And that way you can start getting the fade effect. Okay, now remember that liner we used earlier to line all of our hair? We're going to use that liner to just line the end of the fade. So we're just going to take a line from about, I think I'm doing about 2 inches from the top of my head, like just below the temple, or like right at the temple. And then we're just going to take that back to where, stop it by the top of our ear, and then after we've gotten to that point, we're just going to round that line probably to about the middle of my ear, so just kind of rounding it right back to that part of my ear. And so with that section completed, we're going back to the clippers with the 0 guard to blend. And again, the blade is going to be close to the cutting blade, so we're closing that distance. So we're creating another shorter thing to kind of blend the second step that we've done to the trimmers that we just used. Okay, and still progressing closer and closer to our scalp, we're going to take off the guard
but keep the comb blade away from the cutter blade now instead of having it closer like it was before. And we're going to use that to blend the section we just did. So still blending, still fading, and still just cutting closer and closer to our scalp as we go. And with this very last section, we're going to set our comb blade halfway to our cutter blade. So we're really just going to blend this very last section. It's like completely almost skin, but not really. But this is just really to get that fade look done. And then after you're done, just do the other side and you'll be finished. Okay, so I've done both sides now, and now we're gonna move to the beard area. With my beard, I kind of just keep it short. If your beard is long, full grown, that's cool. Do what you want to do. I ain't mad at you. In fact, I wish I could grow my hair longer on my beard, but it kind of just stays at this length. But I also cut it, so it's whatever. But I just use an 1/8 inch guard with my trimmer to go over my beard. I like to keep it short, so that's what I do. And then after I use the 1/8 inch, I just go in with the 16 inch on kind of just the sides. So like the goatee area, I'll do the 1/8 inch, and then like around that from there up to my ears, I'll use the 16th inch guard. So yeah, just do that. After you've trimmed your beard to your desired length, go in with your liners and just kind of start the fade where you want it to be. I use the middle of my ear as a guide, and that's where I will start my fade at. Then we go back to the clippers. We're going to blend from the bottom of our ear, just having the comb blade away from the cutter blade to kind of blend the length of your beard into that fade. And then you go back in and set the comb blade halfway, and then go above that, like the middle of the ear, and just go on up to where the fade is. And that's basically it. After that, brush away all the hair that's on your face. Go into any areas that need to be cleaned up. If you see any trouble spots, if you see anything with your fade, remember which section you used which guard on, and kind of go in and fix it if you need to do that as well. But after that, you're done, and that's it. You did it. You've completed your first self fade cut. So it may not look as good as mine. It may look better than mine. You may be an expert barber, and if you are, that's great. If you're not, that's cool too, because I was just like you back in the day. Well, look at you. I should say look at me. But no, look at you. You did it. Like, you got your bald skin fade down. Disconnected Undercut game on lock. So this is definitely a skill that you want to work on if you want to get better. I didn't like my fade until like the 4th or 5th one I did, and this is my favorite one by far. So just stick with it, keep on practicing, and I know you're gonna get it eventually, all right?
So that's it. That's how I cut my hair. I do this about every probably 2 weeks is when I actually really try to take my time and really make sure it's a really nice fade. Otherwise, I just line my hair and maybe trim it a little bit. But that is how I cut my hair. Shout out to all of y'all for following me. Also, we hit 500 subscribers about a week ago, and I just figured and I figured I would just wait until I posted my next video to thank all of you. So thank you to my 516 as of this video is being posted subscribers who have subscribed to this channel and have been following me. I think I've been doing this for about a year now, so here's some more years and whatever. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up down there. Also, if you have any questions or comments, let me know in the comment section below. And don't forget to subscribe, okay? Don't forget to subscribe. That's like I just love seeing the numbers climb. I love being able to reach more and more people with the stuff I've been learning about my hair and about what to do to take care of it and wash it and clean it and keep it groomed and make it look nice. So thank you guys for tuning in to this video, but also to all the videos, and thank you for just being with me on this lock journey. To all the people who are locked, keep it moving. To those who in the first 2 years, keep pushing. I need to make like a 2-year doubting video or something. If you think I should do one, let me know, okay? I might do that, because that's a video I should talk about too. It's just that awkward 6-month to 2-year phase is something interesting. Anyway, that's off topic, but I will see you guys in 2 weeks. So keep it locked. And yeah. All right, well, until next time, y'all. Peace.